So I'm delighted to introduce to you all Dr. Peter Lineham. Peter, would you just like to introduce yourself a little bit, what you, how you've come to be here at this General Synod and what your role is?
Yes, so I'm retired Professor of History from Massey University, a writer and researcher on all sorts of subjects, mostly history subjects, religious history subjects.
So your name pops up regularly. Radio New Zealand, you're often in the press, you're often quoted on a whole raft of things, but especially I've noticed around the role of the church and especially kind of pushing a spiritual angle or lens onto contemporary issues. So what leads you into that kind of area of interest?
Oh, well, I mean, firstly, because to me, there's got to be an interconnection between our spirituality, our faith, and our ordinary life. And that's why, as I said to you earlier, I don't want to be a clergy person. I want to be somebody out doing it. And so I'm really interested in what actually is happening. I want to keep informed, and I want to lift this mood of depression that seems to be over everybody, that everything's running downhill.
My sense, and I suspect that many other people think, that the world at the moment is particularly chaotic and dark and desperate and sad. And if there was ever a time for the church to start to shine a light into those corners, it's now.
Yes, precisely.
Can you give an example of what you're currently thinking along those lines?
Oh, well, I mean, I particularly say if you take not just the Ukraine situation, but the whole entanglement. I've been following a story about the little group of Armenians forced out of Azerbaijan, forced down a tiny little road to find hope because they'd lost their churches of hundreds of years. They've just been driven out. And this is a picture of the state of our world, that religious minorities are under massive pressure. Take Myanmar, where the Buddhist generals are so cruelly treating Muslims and Christians. I think you're right. We're in a world of great tension and potentially very risky environment for faith.
So what would your message be to the New Zealand Church, the Anglican Church in particular, which you're a part of?
Oh, we've got to wake up. Firstly, we've got to realise that, I mean, we are global citizens. We've got to start connecting with these needs. We've got to start exploring what's happening. And we've got to start doing something. And if we can't directly do something, we can give, we can pray, we can be engaged. And I think actually the church should be above all for New Zealanders. It should stand out as the group of people who have connections.
We've recently started a new initiative called Pray the News, which is a weekly opportunity to focus on a global issue and to give a few ideas as to what we can pray into that. Do you know that new initiative?
I signed up.
Excellent.
I signed up 2 weeks ago because I've been excited by your annual list of prayer topics.
Oh, and the Partners in Prayer.
Yeah, the Partners in Prayer booklet. And I thought, gosh, to keep up to date, because the risk with praying is, you come again and again to the same subject with no new news. Here's an opportunity to have a fresh insight week by week as to what's going on.
So I know that you appear regularly on BFM, which is the independent radio station in Auckland City.
Yeah.
Given that, and I think it's possibly along similar kind of vein to what we're talking about,
Yes.
could we invite you to produce a couple of our Praying the News from now and again?
It would be a great pleasure.
Wonderful.
To do
we'll keep
that.
you up to that. Yeah, we've got you on tape now.
Yes.
That's great.
All right.
Thank you so much, Peter.
A pleasure.
I really enjoyed talking with you.